Yo, what up, world? 502 King Paul coming to you out with another video, man. Man, just in conversation with guys, talking to different fellas, I often hear the same thing over and over and over again. It's so hard to find a good woman nowadays. It's so hard to find a good woman. Women, if you're watching this video, you will be amazed how many men actually want to settle down. How many men want to have one woman and be committed to one woman. They are completely fine with just having one woman in their life. And if they had the opportunity, then they would make sure that that woman is treated like a queen and given the world. I'm going to start off with some scripture here and jump into today's topic. So I'm going to be reading this is from the book of Proverbs, chapter 31, verse 10 through 12. A wife of noble character who can find? She is worth far more than rubies. Her husband has full confidence in her and lacks nothing of value. She brings him good, not harm, all the days of her life. Now, some men may have heard me reading that scripture and they're thinking in their head, well, how would I find a woman like that? How do I find the needle in the haystack? How do I find the woman that seems to be few out of very many? How do I find that one woman that I can commit to? I'm going to go through a few things here that you can pick up on from any woman, usually within the first month or so of dating her or talking to her or whatever, that you can use as a good gauge on if this is a good woman. Is this a woman that you can see yourself spending your life with? Is this a woman that you can see yourself marrying, staying committed to, having a child with, and growing a family? But before I get into those three things, the first thing that I want to say is, men, you have to be what it is that you want to receive. Meaning that I know the popular message is sleep around as much as you can. And I know as a man, it's very hard to control your sexual urges. That's one major weakness that men have. And women know this. Now, if you're looking for someone to respect you, you have to show them respect. If you're looking for someone to be humble, you should be a humble person. If you're looking for someone that's goal-oriented, driven, you should be goal-oriented and driven. Number one thing that I want to say before hopping into all of this is, don't ask for more than what you're willing to give yourself, first and foremost. So make sure you're on top of your A game as a man, that you're doing the best that you can to be the best that you can. And that way, it'll make it so much more easier for you to find a good woman. So 3 things I'm going to run through here quickly. Ways that men can tell just offhand really quickly whether this is a good woman or not. Number 1 is the way that she talks. Now, I know that, we're in the age of, vulgarity, everyone yelling and cursing constantly. And it seems to be like a norm. But I'm going to tell you that any woman that is worth being with, and a good woman, she's going to watch the way that she talks. She's going to be careful about the words that she uses. She's not going to be using profanity left and right every opportunity that she's given. You have to realize that when you're looking for a woman, you're also looking for the mother of your child. This woman is going to raise your kids. So you don't want a woman that has a sailor mouth cussing around your children all the time, and then they grow up and they're doing the same thing. So that's number 1, is how she talks. And a lot of time people will tell on themselves in conversation. You can sit there and listen to what they're saying, ask very basic questions, and just pay attention to the way that they respond, the words that they use, their body language even. A lot of these are telltale signs that you should ignore early on. So if her mouth is bad, she's probably bad. I would leave that situation alone. Number two is how she dresses. Now, I know a lot of women, this is like a hot topic of, well, if I dress this way, I shouldn't be treated this way. But I'm going to tell you from my experience in life, and this goes both ways for males and females, you're going to get treated the way that you dress. For example, if I'm a guy and I'm going out and my pants are sagging, showing my drawers, and in a beater, I'm going to get treated a certain kind of way. However, if I was in a suit and a tie, I'm going to get treated like a businessman. Oftentimes, they say don't judge a book by its cover, but I found that a lot of times you actually can judge a book by its cover. If she's, chest out, butt cheeks hanging out, safe to say she's not a conservative woman. She's not the type of woman that you would want to settle down with. She may be the type of woman that you want to have sexual intercourse with, but she's definitely not going to be someone that you would want as a wife. A lot of how people carry themselves, the things that they choose to wear, just how they carry themselves with their body language. A lot of things are telltale signs of who that person is. So you have to pay attention to the exterior as well, because it will tell you a lot about who you're dealing with. 9 times out of 10, if you see a woman who's dressed up, in a business casual kind of outfit, conservative, she's not going to be the type of girl that's loose, and just doing whatever out here. So make sure you pay attention to what it is that they have on. It does make a difference. And trust and believe they're watching what it is that you have on. So men, carry yourself in a respectable manner as well. Number 3, and this one's the main thing. This one is the main one that you want to look out for, fellas, is how she loves. How does she love? Pay attention to the relationships that she has around her in her life. Her brothers, sisters, parents, aunts, whoever. Just pay attention to the relationships that she has with those people and watch and observe how she loves. This is going to tell you if this is the right woman for you, if this is a good woman for you. Pay attention to if she loves unconditionally or if her love is heavily based on just different things and expectations that she has out of people. Does she turn a cold shoulder to family members when they don't do something that she wants them to do? Does she shun off people if they tell her something that she doesn't necessarily want to hear? You have to pay attention to these interactions because she's known these people a lot longer than she's known you. So she may be giving you some kind of special treatment just because you guys are just meeting and you're in the honeymoon stage. Those people she's been around for years, and she's comfortable enough to do whatever she wants to and be herself. So you have to pay attention to that as well. Last thing I want to say here, fellas, is I know that it's very hard to find a good woman. Trust me, I know. But they are out there. And we have to do our part as well, because I think that even though it's always been hard to find a good woman, it's getting even harder now. And I think that this is partially the men's fault. And I'll explain why I'm saying that. We've built a culture where we're now celebrating whores. We're celebrating sluts. I saw it back early on in the early music videos where we have women dancing half naked, showing their butts, showing off their chest. We have men that glorified that for so long in the entertainment industry and outside of the entertainment industry. Just kind of glorified women being loose with their bodies. Well, now what we're seeing is women are starting to act the same way that men were before. What goes around comes around. See, we treated them like whores and sluts at a certain time. And now they're doing the same thing with men. They're starting to try to pick up the same behaviors and do the same things that they've seen men do for decades and decades of years ahead of them. They're starting to get fed up with it. And when you treat someone like shit for so long, no matter what demographic of people, eventually they're going to rebel. Eventually they're going to revolt. And I think that that's what we're seeing a lot in today's world, is a lot of women just giving up on the old traditional way because they didn't see how that way worked for them. And I'll be honest, man, we did a pretty good job at condoning women being sluts and just hopping right on board with that whole narrative there. So what I want to say is, men, lastly, out of all of this video, I want y'all to take this. Stop enabling women to be sluts. What I mean is, stop sticking your penis in every single woman that you deal with or that you see. Not every woman you're meant to sleep with. You have to realize that every time that you have sex with a woman who you do not plan on marrying, do not plan on committing to and being with, you're just creating one more slut and putting her out into the world. If you want to find more good women, if you want that number to go up, then men, we have to be the example. I know some men may not like hearing that. They may feel like it's completely the woman's responsibility, but us as men, we lead society and we have to set the example. So, if you're looking for a good woman, best of luck to you, man. Make sure that you pray on that situation, and again, go back over those 3 things. Make sure that when you're dating these women, that you're paying attention to the way that she talks, the way that she dresses, and the way that she loves. This can save you a lot of heartache and a lot of pain down the road from choosing the wrong woman. Hopefully I said something that resonates with y'all, man, sticks with y'all, something positive that you can take and use in your life. I hope that y'all are blessed by this. I hope that you share it with other people as well. Make sure that you like the video. If you like anything that I put inside this video, it helps out greatly. It's 502 King Paul. I love y'all. And let me say this real quick before the video cuts out. Thank you so much to the people who reach out to me, comments on social media, whatever the case is, man. And just show that y'all appreciate the content. It means so much to me, and it is motivation to keep on doing what I'm doing. Y'all stay blessed. Love y'all. I'm out.